July 16th. What started as another humid afternoon in Hainan, China's southern tropical jewel, would become a day forever etched in memory. No warnings could prepare families for what came. A monster storm, ruthless and sudden, ripped across the island like a vengeful spirit. Beaches that once welcomed travelers turned gray under the weight of a bruised sky. Tourists took shelter. Locals looked up. And then, it began. First came the wind, sharp, screaming through narrow alleys and farm fields. Then came the hail. Not pebbles, not sleet, but brutal ice stones, some as large as fists, hammering down in volleys. Car roofs caved in. Windshields exploded into webs of shattered glass. Homes shook, livestock scattered, crops, entire seasons of work, were obliterated in seconds. In farming villages, people could do little but watch as banana trees snapped, papaya fields flattened, and greenhouses collapsed. One moment to the next, wreckage. Streets flooded with hail. Not water, ice. Stacked in gutters, clogging drains. The drainage systems never stood a chance. In coastal towns, waves rose and ferry schedules halted, isolating communities already bracing for the worst. Emergency responders mobilized instantly, but the chaos was overwhelming. Uprooted trees made roads impassable. Power lines snapped like twine. Rescue teams, with sirens blaring, fought against time and terrain. In some homes, ceilings gave way. Children huddled beneath tables. Elderly residents were trapped under debris. Phone calls dropped. Radios buzzed out. And still, the storm raged on. By dusk, the province was nearly paralyzed. Thunder cracked the sky open with every strike, casting eerie flashes on a world reshaped by wind and ice. In entire districts, cell towers fell silent. With electricity gone, families lit candles and waited in total darkness, their windows rattling with every gust. They whispered prayers. Some cried. Others just held each other and listened, to the wind, to the hail, to the helplessness. As dawn broke over Hainan, the full scale of the disaster came into view. Streets looked like battlefields. Power poles lay in twisted heaps. Flash floods formed where ice had clogged the gutters. Local markets, lifelines for rural communities, were flattened. Umbrellas, tarps, and fruits lay scattered in murky water. Shelters filled with the displaced, children clutching toys, mothers wrapping blankets around their babies, elders trying to remain brave. Hospitals swelled with the injured, glass cuts, head wounds, sprains from slips and falls. Volunteers from neighboring provinces arrived with supplies, rice, water, tarps, medicine. Electricians risked their lives to restore lines in the rain. Farmers stood in silence before fields they had nurtured for months. The grief was real. For many, the storm didn't just destroy buildings. It wiped away the fragile balance of survival, and yet, Even amid the devastation, something else emerged: resilience. People came together. Strangers shared what little food they had. Children smiled as neighbors cleaned the streets. 8 teams worked hand in hand with villagers. The spirit of Hainan, beaten but unbroken, rose like steam off rain-soaked soil. But questions remain. How did this happen so quickly? Could it happen again? Experts are now sounding the alarm. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. It's here. Stronger storms, wilder winds, bigger hail, all symptoms of a warming Earth. Hainan's suffering may be the start of a new normal. This storm will be remembered, not just for the destruction, but for the unity it sparked. In the face of fear, people reached out. And in the darkness, they found each other. Let Hainan's story be a wake-up call for preparedness, for compassion, and for urgent action on a planet crying for help. In the days that followed, the people of Hainan began rebuilding, brick by brick, field by field, heart by heart. Schoolyards once littered with debris were cleared by teachers and parents working side by side. Market vendors, who had lost everything, returned with makeshift stalls and borrowed goods. Children began playing again under repaired roofs. Signs of hope flickered like candles in the dark. But rebuilding goes far beyond the physical. The emotional scars will take longer to heal. Many lost not only property, but the quiet certainty that life would return to normal tomorrow. A storm like this doesn't just destroy, it reshapes the way a community breathes. And yet, this storm revealed something profound. In the face of disaster, human kindness spreads faster than any wind. We must ask, how many more communities like Hainan will be shaken before we act? How many more crops destroyed, homes lost, lives disrupted before the world takes climate resilience seriously? Hainan's story is not isolated, it is a mirror of what's happening more and more around the globe. Unpredictable weather, unseasonal disasters, fragile infrastructure strained to the edge. Now is the time to invest in better systems, stronger support, and smarter cities. But most of all, we must invest in each other, in our shared humanity. Let this storm not be remembered only for its destruction, but for the way people stood together, even as the sky fell down. We are all connected by the earth beneath our feet, the sky above our heads, and the choices we make today. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay kind, stay aware.